morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don in here with you early on your Friday morning. It is, we'll call it 3:22 a.m. Central, 4:22 a.m. Eastern, and we have a line of thunderstorms moving into East Alabama. They're not severe at the moment, but I wanted to come on. I'm up anyway, so I thought we would jump in here and kind of give you a little update on what we see on radar this morning. And you can see that line of thunderstorms stretching from central Alabama there around Chilton County, around Clanton, stretching back up across portions of Coosa County, central and southeastern Clay, and then across northwestern Randolph, and then into Georgia across central Carroll County, and then stretching back up toward the Atlanta area. We have special weather statements in effect this morning, ranging from the Atlanta metro area all the way back into East Alabama, down into central Alabama. So the National Weather Service is issuing special weather statements on this event because of some gusty winds that are taking place along the leading edge of this storm system. Again, the storms are below severe limits this morning, but some gusty winds of up to 40, 50 miles per hour, certainly a possibility with this storm as it moves through this morning. There'll be brief periods of very heavy rainfall, and there could be some pretty nasty lightning with this line of thunderstorms also, though I'm not seeing a tremendous lightning output on radar with this particular storm system. I know we've had several pretty strong strokes of lightning up here in northeast Georgia just in the last 30 minutes or so. As a matter of fact, and the reason I'm up is we just had a residential structure fire call for the fire department. Lightning struck a propane tank right outside the exterior wall of the home, and the tank caught on fire. Luckily, the homeowner was able to turn the tank off. Apparently, it hit one of the copper tubing lines that came away from the tank into the house. They got the gas turned off, and the house never did catch on fire. But that's just an example of what lightning can do. And so, there could be some pretty strong strokes of lightning with this line of storms as it moves through as well. Again, we don't anticipate this going severe. It's just going to be a strong line of thunderstorms as it moves through this morning here across East Alabama and West Georgia. And so we'll start up on the north end, and we'll work our way all the way down across this line and kind of get a little down close and personal with this line of storms and show you where the heaviest activity is taking place. We'll start over here in Clay County. We'll start in Carroll County, up around Villa Rica, out there on I-20. You can see that we have a heavy cell there. And then you come back down toward Carrollton, just north of Carrollton, up there on hang on a second, I gotta check something. Just north of Carrollton, traveling back up toward I-20, there's a very heavy cell sitting there, up there off of 27. Then as we get back toward Alabama, it fills in a little bit more in western Carroll County on Highway 166, around Bowden, back over toward Victory. We have a heavy line moving down through Bucktown at this hour. That's just over the Georgia state line off of Highway 48 on the Highway 100. Graham, heavy rain moving through Graham there in northeast Randolph County, back down Highway 48. Pretty much that line is moving right across 48, just north of Woodland. Pretty heavy rainfall right now in Newell, Morrison's Crossroads. We get down there toward Wedowee Marine on Lake Wedowee, just north of the Ava community, just north of Wedowee. Heavy rain over toward Mad Indian Creek, Ophelia, Liberty. That's all just north of Lake Wedowee. And then out there across 48 all the way back into Clay County, just east of Lineville, a heavy cell sitting there between Highway 48 and Shiloh down there on 49. Then we'll look at southern Clay County at Gibsonville, back over toward Cooley Crossroads and Bluff Springs, just north of the mountain community, a heavy cell there. And then down into Coosa County near Hackneyville, Highway 63 down on Lake Martin, there at Wind Creek State Park. That's in Tallapoosa County. We have some heavy showers sitting there that's just north of Alexander City. Hasn't made it down to Wind Creek just yet, but it will over the next 30 minutes or so. And then now in Coosa County, we see heavy storms just north of Kellyton up there on 280, back over toward Hanover, Rockford, Kelly's Crossroads, and then back into Chilton County, just west of Clanton, a heavy storm out there on 22, between Maplesville and Clanton, and then north Autauga County, north of Prattville in central Alabama. And then even all the way down into Selma, we have some heavy showers taking place down there as well. So a stormy start to your Friday morning. But again, we don't anticipate this going severe, and we don't think it'll last long. I mean, probably within the next hour, all of this will push through, and this will be a done deal. So while we've got your attention this morning, and I apologize for the lighting. We're having some technical difficulties with one of our studio lights this morning, but you can see. So while we have your attention, good morning, Will. While we have your attention this morning, let me tell you, though, that while we don't anticipate this being severe this morning across North Georgia, East Alabama, or West Georgia, we are tracking the possibilities of some pretty significant severe weather, maybe next Wednesday night into Thursday. The SPC Storm Prediction Center is already giving us an outlook for that storm system, which will be the next storm system after this one. Number one, it's very unusual that they give us an outlook for severe weather that far in advance. It's normally a day or two in advance. Well, they started giving us an outlook a couple of days ago, so we got a 7-day outlook on next week's storm, which is extremely unusual, and especially this time of year. Not only that, but they're giving us an enhanced risk of severe weather 7 days in advance, and that's even more unusual. So while we can't be specific this far out as to exactly what's going to happen, and we can't tell you 100% for sure that it is going to happen, because there's so many things that can change between now and next Wednesday, I will go out on a limb, though, and tell you for the SPC to be warning us this far in advance, especially at the level they're warning us, pretty good chances we're going to have to deal with some severe weather next Wednesday night into Thursday, and there is a good chance it could be a significant severe weather outbreak. I mean, here again now, folks, understand, could be a complete bust. We may not have anything. So don't say that, hey, they're telling us it is going to happen. That's not what we're saying. But there's a pretty good chance, I think, that we may have to deal with some significant severe weather by the time we get to Wednesday of next week. Let's see. Good morning, Robin Hall. Good morning, Cassie. Miss Ella, good morning to you. It is very early. It's been a wild night up here in Northeast Georgia. We unfortunately had an incident at an assisted living facility about 12:30 this morning. A dryer caught on fire in the laundry room at an assisted living facility up here in Cleveland, Georgia. Everybody's fine. There was no injuries, thank goodness, but had to evacuate part of the assisted living facility. There's a good bit of water damage. The sprinkler system activated just like it was supposed to, and that's really what saved that structure. But been up for a minute with that. And about the time I laid my head down and got back to sleep, then we have the extreme northeastern section of this same line that's moving through East Alabama, started moving through northeast Georgia. And we had a stroke of lightning that hit a propane tank right next to a residence, and the propane tank caught on fire. So the pager goes off, wakes me up again. So I'm like, I'm looking at the radar on my phone with one eye open, one eye closed, still asleep. And I'm going, we got a little significant weather down there in East Alabama and West Georgia. I might as well just go ahead and give up and get up and spend a few minutes with you guys this morning. So that's where we're at. This stuff that's moving through East Alabama is not significant. I mean, the Weather Service is issuing a special weather statement on it, but it's not severe. Good morning, Reba. Good to see you. Jennifer says it is pouring rain in Wedowee. Haralson County 911 in the house. Good morning, Dawn. Meet Will Slater Baker, who's in the chat room. Will is a CTO at White County 911 in Cleveland, Georgia. He is one of my communication officers for White County 911 and is a communication training officer. Helps out with a lot of things at White County 911. So we have some COs in the room this morning. Good to see that. Let me go back over to the radar. Take a full shot and show you again what's going on. This is NextRad Pro out of Birmingham from the Shelby County Airport. So we're scanning East Alabama from Birmingham this morning, and you can see the heaviest part of this line stretches from Atlanta all the way back down to Chilton County. I'll zoom all the way out, and let me just take it back over to the composite. Now you folks who are in the room this morning over in Georgia, especially northeast Georgia, can see what's happening up here as well. And it's very obvious. The heavier individual cells within this line of thunderstorms stretch from Atlanta all the way back into central Alabama. From Atlanta northeast right up I-85 is where the leading edge of the storms are in Georgia. But it's very obvious they're nowhere near as strong in northeast Georgia as they are from Atlanta southwest, and even there they're not severe. But for you folks watching us up here in White County, you can see that we're only talking about just rain out there at the moment, and the line is moving to the southeast, so I wouldn't anticipate any more thunder and lightning in northeast Georgia. I'll bear with me. I'm answering a text message at the moment. And then back over toward Carroll County, Villa Rica, Carroll County, Haralson County. The heaviest of this has already moved through you as well. It's now south of I-20 down into central Carroll, stretching really from Villa Rica back down to around Bowden, Carrollton, Bowden, and then into Alabama. So it's already cleared Haralson. Heads up, Heard County, it's knocking on your door. Coweta and Meriwether, it's headed your way. Troup County, you probably got about, 20 or 30 minutes, it'll be down there. Chambers County, same thing, got about 20 minutes. The leading edge will be in Chambers. It's pretty much already cleared Clay. It has already cleared Talladega, Cleburne, Calhoun. Stretching down through central Coosa and then into central Alabama near Chilton County, up there around Clanton at the Peach Park. and then it really kind of trails off once it makes it back to around I-65. That stuff down in Autauga County, that's nothing more than just a heavy shower. And even back towards Selma and Dallas County, just heavy showers. And looking at southwest Alabama, just not much at all. Down in places like Thomasville, Jackson, Monroeville, and Mobile, looking pretty good. Though we do have some scattered showers along the Gulf Coast, stretching from about Fort Morgan back over toward Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Pensacola, north of Fort Walton, between Fort Walton and Crestview, right there along I-10. Panama City looks good at this hour. Port St. Joe, showers. And then that stretches up into extreme southeast Alabama, Blakely. A few scattered showers over toward Albany. And then some scattered showers across South Georgia, places like Cordele, Dublin, Swainsboro, Wadley, Georgia. That was funny, folks. I'm from Randolph County, Alabama, but have lived in northeast Georgia for, good gracious, coming up on about 14 years now, 13 years anyway. And before returning back to my second home county of White County, Georgia, I worked for the Georgia Emergency Management Agency for about 6 years as an area field coordinator and was deployed into South Georgia multiple times. And I can remember one of the first times I was ever deployed into South Georgia. I drove to avoid Atlanta to get to Savannah. I went an alternate route through the woods and went through Wadley, Georgia. I never knew such as. I had to stop to take a picture. I've always known about Wadley, Alabama. I never knew there was a Wadley, Georgia until I moved over here several years ago. But anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at this morning. Again, none of this is severe. It's not expected to go severe. And we're talking about some gusty wind as this gust front moves through. Maybe some thunder and lightning, though I'm not seeing a tremendous lightning output at the moment. And brief heavy rainfall. That's going to be the biggest threat as this line of storms comes moving through your area this morning. Good morning, Remy. Casita, Alabama in the house. And there's Miss Mary. Good morning, Mary. I'm missing Miss Mary neck hugs. I got to come down and get me one. All right, folks, so it's coming up on 3:40 Central, 4:40 Eastern. Good morning, Ann. And so I'm going to put this to bed, and I'm not going to do a primetime forecast this morning. We'll let this kind of serve the purpose. Once this line of storms makes it through your area this morning, that'll be it for the rain. We'll go back to partly cloudy skies this morning, probably mostly cloudy throughout the rest of the morning. But I think we will see the sun by this afternoon. And then the weekend looks pretty nice. I mean, this is a cold front that's moving through today, currently. And so it's going to cool us off just a little bit, but we're still going to be in the 60s for daytime highs. Both this afternoon, Saturday and Sunday, no rain. Will be rain-free all weekend. It may be the first weekend in quite some time that will be completely rain-free the entire weekend, but that's what we're looking at the next several days. Even Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday look pretty good of next week. Our next storm system will come probably next Wednesday night into Thursday. And at the moment, it does appear that if it develops, it may be a significant severe weather event. So we're giving you multiple days heads up here. So make sure you're prepared for severe weather. Now, it's that time of year in Alabama and Georgia as we get into our primary severe weather season. That normally starts right around the 1st of March, and here we are. So be prepared for the possibility of significant severe weather next Wednesday night into Thursday. Of course, we've got several days between now and then. I'll be doing live updates. We'll start doing regular weather talk live for you each night. We'll might start that on Sunday. We'll kind of see if the weather service keeps screaming that there is a really, really good possibility. Then we may start that Saturday night, but certainly by Sunday night, we'll start doing live special updates each evening leading up to this next event and kind of fine tune it as we get a little bit closer as to what we can expect and exactly where. At the moment, it looks like all modes of severe weather will be possible, including tornadoes. So you got plenty of time to figure out where the safest place is in your house. You got plenty of time if you live in a mobile home to figure out a safe place to go when a watch is issued. We got all kinds of time here to prepare. So if you don't own a NOAA weather radio, y'all gonna get me on my soapbox here in a minute. If you don't own a NOAA weather radio, make sure you get one. And I would go get one now. I wouldn't wait till Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday because they'll be all gone. Go get you a NOAA weather radio. Those things are easy to program these days, and this may be an overnight event Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and I can assure you a NOAA weather radio will wake you up when that thing goes off at 2 o'clock in the morning. So get you one of those. I need to send American Eagle a bill for advertising. I didn't even pay attention to what I should. Where's my Dr. Don shirt? I should have had. I didn't even. I'm sleep deprived, folks. I didn't even pay attention to what I had on this morning. You'd be lucky I got something on. How about that? All right, I'm out of here. I got to have another cup of coffee. It's going to be a long Friday. Again, line of thunderstorms moving through East Alabama and West Georgia. They are strong, but they are not severe and not expected to go severe. There will be some gusty winds, brief heavy rainfall, and maybe some dangerous lightning from time to time, but don't anticipate this to be a big deal this morning. And we probably will see sunshine by this afternoon. Enjoy your Friday. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, and I'm not up all night tonight. I'll see you back in here first thing tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast. This has been live severe weather coverage on Dr. Don's Weather. Y'all have a fantastic Friday.